1-1. I'm sure something Nate Diaz's ass that interests me. In fighting, that's about I'm sure something will make sense, but just right now, I don't know. You know, me and Conor are 1-1. Nate Diaz got away and likes to talk a lot of shit online. But I just got to go back home, we'll see.
Do you think there is something to Conor's thing about inactivity hurting him?
Possible. Everybody's different. You know, I've seen guys that not affect, and ring rust is real if you allow it to be. I just assumed it wouldn't be for Conor. That's how I approached this fight because I thought he was in Portugal and he has a training camp going built around him. He's putting in the work every day, so I think you would be sharp and the timing would be good. When they're like real life timing of a fight, I feel like I get that in training camps. So I don't think ring rust would be a thing for me unless it's mental. Like a mental worrying about performing again. Maybe I don't know. To each his own, I guess.
And last thing for me, a lot of it was made of your durability at 155 versus 145. You took the shot from at 145, it finished you, but tonight you took a few shots. Did any of them hurt you, phase you at all, or did you feel like you could take them quite comfortably?
No, he hurt me. He hurt me with the left hand. My legs, and nothing went, but he flashed me good. And if he would have pressured and I would have got hit again, I think I would have been really hurt.
It's very obvious that you won the hearts of the fan when you were going out victorious tonight. Talk us through that feeling, and how did it feel to hear all those chants for Conor while fighting? How did you get through that or overcome them while fighting?
It's been, I fought one time last year, and there was no fans. So it's been a while since I got booed. It's been a while since I walked out to boos. I walked back to the locker room with cheers, though. I heard that. So I heard the boos on the entry, and I heard the cheers on the exit. And that's exactly what a lot of these MMA fans are, fair weather. So that's why I don't hold that stuff too close to me. It doesn't mean anything.
Dustin, down here, obviously you come out to James Brown at the time, paid the cost to be the boss. Just your reaction there.
The hardest thing,
could it be any more fitting given the magnitude of this victory?
Yeah, I was thinking about coming out to the big payback, but this isn't payback. This isn't about that. That's not what this was to me. That's not what this training camp was to me. This was about progress. This was about prosperity. This was about putting my family in the position we're in now. There was a lot of things, but it wasn't payback. That's great. Now that the fight's over and stuff like that, I'm glad I got him back. That's cool. It makes for a great storyline, and it feels good. But that wasn't the driving force in this.
Your careers have a lot of peaks and a lot of valleys. Where'd you rank this in
It's up there, especially the finishing. The guy who's never been finished like that. It's up there, man. Touching that UFC interim belt was so important to me. And putting my hands on the undisputed world title before this is all said and done is what I want to absolutely do there. But this is a big coup.
I know you're still taking in everything or whatever, but ideally, have you thought about when you'd like to come back? Because obviously you only fought once last year.
I don't know what's next, honestly. I got to get home, speak to Dana, speak to the UFC, just see what's making sense, But I can guarantee I won't be fighting Michael Chandler. They can do whatever they want. The division, I don't really care. But if something happens that makes sense, then we'll do it. Thank you.
Dustin, here, in front of you, here. Before the fight, Mike Brown, your coach, said that sometimes you are kind of an emotional fighter. And I would like to understand if it was hard for you during this fight with Conor, especially at the end of the first round. You got some blows, but you got composure. But then at the second round, you kind of flipped the coin, and got some speed and got the knockout. How was the process for you to deal with emotions inside the Octagon with Conor?
Tonight is one of the best I've ever felt, honestly. I was emotionless. I was an assassin. And I was here to execute. I was locked in, man, locked and loaded. I felt nothing. I felt very focused. It was a great feeling. Like I said, I didn't enjoy, warming up. I didn't enjoy the week of 2 weeks of sitting in a hotel room. But damn, when I let that dog out and I get in there and I perform, I can scrap, man, and I know I can, and it feels good. But there was no emotion.
And you were already talking about Chandler, that he doesn't deserve to just go.
Yeah, and it's not even my position to be. I just been putting in work. That's why I'm sitting here feeling like I can talk about it, because I've been in the division, in the UFC for a long time, fighting the best of the best of the best. No disrespect to him, he's seems like a good husband, a good father, speaks well, has a lot of respect, carries himself very well. Nothing but respect for him. It's not a knock against him. It's just my feelings towards the division and the sport. You know what I mean? I feel like I lost to Khabib. I came out and put on a fight of the year for you guys. Got my hand raised against a top 5 opponent after that. Then I come in here and Khabib doesn't want to come back, and I knock out, one of the biggest fights you can get. I knocked this guy out too. Khabib reiterates he doesn't want to fight anymore. Dude, I'm the champ. I'm not going to fight some. And like I said, respect to Chandler. Fight a new guy to the UFC who just beat a guy who's coming off a loss that I just beat for the belt. That's not exciting to me.
And what would you say about Oliveira, which has
I think he has more. Because I've been watching that guy for 10 years in the UFC, 2 different weight classes. He's fought the best of the best, over and over again. And he's been knocked down and got up time and time again. He's proven himself, and he's proven what mixed martial arts and what perseverance and what believing in yourself is. I respect that. Not that I don't respect Michael Chandler. I just think there's more work for him to do to come in here and beat a guy that I just beat.
And last one for me. We are always talking about how different you are 6 years after the first fight. What would you say about Conor? Did you saw any difference inside the Octagon of the first Conor from this one?
I felt that first one was so long ago, but I felt maybe that's just my growth too. I felt his presence less, like his aura less. I just saw another fighter tonight. I think the first time I was kind of deer in the headlights, you can say. This time I was just fighting another man who bleeds just like me, and I knew it.
Dustin, to your right. Congrats on a huge victory. The only other name in the lightweight equation is Justin Gaethje, who you already beat. Who do you think's more deserving of a title shot between Oliveira and Gaethje?
Oliveira, because he's never had the opportunity. Gaethje just came out here and got beat. As I did. Not a knock on Gaethje, but he lost. I think Oliveira probably, or let them fight to see who gets it. There's so many tough fighters in the 155-pound division.
And lastly, what was the biggest difference you felt inside the Octagon against Conor McGregor from 145 the first time to 155 this time?
I just felt in the moment. I felt aware, and I felt here. I was in the moment and ready to take advantage of any opportunity I can get. And it felt right tonight. When I walked into the Octagon and the air hit me and the lights were on me and Bruce was introducing us, it just felt right.
Justin, over here to your left, Dustin. You mentioned the leg kicks, the advice from Mike Brown on that. Do you think they were going to pay off in such a big way? Conor was in here saying that he has a football in his leg.
I just know from experience how bad those things hurt, and I knew it was a 5-round fight, so it would only get worse. It would only get worse. He started catching them and trying to counter me with his left hand towards the end, but I knew they were still landing. He was catching them after they were making contact. I knew they were still hurting him, and if he did catch it and take me down, then I was gonna, it's a 5-round fight. Of course, you never want to give up a round, but I'd like to throw some submissions up and see what happens. I am a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm very confident in my jiu-jitsu. But I knew the leg kicks would be a problem because Jim Miller tore my leg up, and that was a 3-round fight. And I just know how painful it is.
Didn't jump for any gillies.
I promise you I would have if there was an opportunity.
And It seems
I wanted to rename this Guillotine Island. You know, when I'm laying down at night, I was thinking like, I'm gonna guillotine this guy. I'm gonna get his neck. This is gonna be Guillotine Island.
It seems kind of evident you're a little bit torn about your future. I mean, after this, you're in the top 10 for most wins in UFC history. You have the most knockouts in lightweight history. Just knocked out the biggest star in the history of the sport.
If I'd have done the bulk of my UFC career, what did I do? 7, 8, 9 fights at featherweight. I've knocked some guys out there too. I would really be running off with the list at lightweight then.
Is there almost like a feeling of you held that interim belt to like you've kind of done a lot or almost it all in a way?
Me and my wife were just talking about this. I feel like I've done it all, except obviously I can't walk away and say that I'm the champ. I want to be the champ. When you're the champ, you're the champ forever. You know, and I want to be the champ, man. But yeah, I've seen the highest of the highs, the lowest of the lows in this sport, and I've built a very beautiful life for me and my family. I'm very proud of the work that I put in, and you know, fighting is just something I do at this point in my career, like I just said. But I honor this. I don't take this stuff lightly, man. I really respect the opportunity, and that's why it's so close to my heart. And I think I can help so many other young children, so many boys and girls, just troubled youth, with my foundation. They can fight their way out too. I did it, you know. I'm just like them. I'm nothing special. If I can do it, anyone could do it. But I feel like if you introduce troubled kids to martial arts and to goals and just be a positive person around them, that it can change their life, man. This changed my life. And I just want to share that with people.